All right. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, just in case you are in the US or maybe you're in China, farther east or farther west. So warm welcome, everybody, and thank you all so very much for coming into our meeting, for coming into the launch of definitely the most important incentive in forever. And I want to first and foremost start by once again saying congratulations to each and every one of you. Congratulations for being here. Congratulations for being open-minded. Congratulations for giving yourself an opportunity to make sure that you are going to smash the most important incentive in our company. So warm welcome, everybody. And I am super happy and excited with this launch, and we're gonna do it a little bit differently. It's not just gonna be hype, energy throughout. We'll get an opportunity to also talk, to interact, to ask each other questions, to really engage and find out, what is it that could be a challenge to you when it comes to qualifying for the most important incentive. And if you are someone that you've worked for Ego Manager at some point and maybe you did not make it, you can also talk about that. What made you miss out on this? And maybe you missed it and then you later on got it, or maybe you have not gotten it. Just be bold enough and be strong enough to say, you know what? I'm going to share what I feel caused me not to qualify for the Ego Manager that just ended. Yeah. And I know for most of the countries, including Tanzania, we have not yet gotten the final list of our qualifiers. So unfortunately, we're not going to recognize officially who are the qualifiers today. We're going to have to wait. We're going to have to wait. I'm the CSM, so I have to abide by the rules. But all in all, I'm sure your systems are already telling you whether you've made it or not. So where are you listening this meeting from? Where are you? I'm in the amazing Tanzania, and I'm having an awesome time here. I think I'm probably all alone. And I think I probably have one more person in the meeting. In the office today. Where are you listening this meeting from? Where have you tuned in from? Let me see. I understand we'll have people from different countries. I see we've got Zambia there. Fantastic. Tanzania, Dar es Salaam. We've got Nairobi. We've got Kigali. We've got France. You know what? When you say France, you kind of giving us, I don't know if you're making us excited or a little bit sad as we're remembering the amazing time we had in the beautiful Paris. We've got Kigali, Namibia, Mombasa, fantastic. So this is awesome. The whole of East and Southern Africa is here as well. And that just confirms one major thing. We are all going to smash this most important incentive in forever. And before we go any further, this is a very important incentive. And I want to start by first and foremost, really thanking God. I really want to thank God, not just because we have had an amazing increase in the number of qualifiers, but I want to thank God because it is God who made us see this opportunity. It is God who made us say yes to the opportunity. It is not because we are smart. It is not because we know what is the best for us. No, it was just by God's grace that we are here, that we said yes to forever. And even more, I really want to thank God for you being here, for you taking your time to say, you know what, I'm going to be part of this session. I'm going to be part of this meeting. I'm going to allow myself to be impacted. And I want to encourage you this evening, allow yourself to be impacted. Allow your mind to absorb it all. Allow your heart to be touched by the feelings, by the emotions that will be shared by the speakers this evening. Allow yourself, because you won't believe, but you can choose to close your mind and your heart, and you might miss out. You might miss out on the very thing that you needed to get so that you can finish this meeting and leave a transformed person. Sometimes it takes a minute, sometimes it takes a second, Sometimes it takes just a sentence and you leave totally transformed. So I want to invite you to allow yourself to be transformed. Allow yourself to believe. Allow yourself to give a chance for you to qualify for this upcoming ego manager. Allow yourself, because it has to start there. If you've closed your mind, maybe you're in this meeting, and I know some of you are probably saying, Enos, no one is like that. No, let me assure you, some are like that. Maybe you are in this meeting and deep down, you already have given up on ego. You already feel like you're not going to make it. You already feel like maybe you need to work on the Emr27. Allow yourself. And allow yourself, not because you are great, but because God chose you. God chose you to be here. So allow yourself. Allow yourself to go for it. Allow yourself to make the decision that, you know what? If I made the last ego, I'm going to do it again. Maybe I'm going to bring along some people. If I didn't make it, then this time around, I'm going to make it. Allow yourself. Allow yourself. And before we continue further, I hope you are not driving. If you're driving, please don't do this. But if you're not driving and you're not walking, I want to invite you to invite God to this journey of EMR, this EMR 26. I want you to allow God to help you, to give you the wisdom, because I can tell you, there will be days where you'll have no answers to how you can qualify. There will be moments where you'll be out of ideas. You'll be tired. You'll be frustrated. You'll need someone to lift you up. So I'm going to shut down my video as well. And I want to invite you to take just a minute of you in silence, just a minute of you in silence, and really asking God to bless the decision that you are going to make today, to bless the steps that you are going to make today, so that when we sit on this meeting again in 2026, when we are launching the EMR 27, you will be among the qualifiers. So I'm going to go silent for 1 minute, and I invite you to also go silent for 1 minute also. So welcome. Hey. Amen, amen, amen. And I want to invite you also to type amen to the prayer that you've prayed. Type your amen, and give our good Lord the chance to be there with you on this journey, because the journey of ego is not easy. It is super tough. And one thing that I know and I believe deeply is, if you can start something and you've involved God right from the beginning, then you are all set. Nothing else, nothing is there to stop you. You are all set. you are all set, and we are all set, and we are ready to go and smash this ego manager. We are ready for it. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate. Thank you so much. Yeah. So why ego manager? Why did Even Forever put this incentive? Why did they call it ego manager? Why did they use their ego representation? Ego represents forever. Why did they use it? Because it is the most important incentive in Forever. It is that one incentive that if we can all focus on it, if we can all focus on this one incentive, you will end up getting everything else if you can just focus on this one incentive. And we will be having a number of these meetings, and we will continue to go deeper and deeper as to why should you go for ego manager? What will be the benefits? We'll have different leaders speaking to us on not just how they achieved ego manager, but what it meant to them. How did ego manager impact their lives? We'll have a number of meetings. Today, we are launching. We have just started, and I'm sure we are going to create more ego managers this year than we've ever done in the past. That is the goal, to beat whatever records, to beat whatever number that we have accomplished in the past. We want to beat it this year. We want to beat it. If maybe you have missed ego manager 3, 4, 5, 7 times, well, draw a line on the sand and you say, you know what? This Emr26, it's mine. It's mine. I'm smashing this one. I'm not letting this one go. I'm not going to allow this one to pass me by. And at this point, each and every one of us can make it. Each and every one of us. And I want to remind you the words of our late founder, Mr. Rex Mon, who said, and you know what? Nobody knows forever more than the founder himself, more than Rex himself. Rex himself is said, if you want to build a big and a long-term business, not just a long-term business, a big and a long-term business. If you want to build that kind of a business, then you need to do 3 things. Number 1 is you need to teach ego. That's what we're doing right now. Training you on how do you qualify for ego, going through, making sure that we are all clear. Number 2, you need to coach ego. Now, coaching is tough. Coaching is about getting your hands dirty. Coaching is about you putting on your trainers, you putting on your tracksuits, and you going on the field. That is coaching ego. And I can tell you, if you have a trainer, a coach, someone coaching you, they will 98% of the times, they will do something and then they'll tell you, do this. Have you seen a coach coaching people football? When a few times when I take my kids for football and I see the coach showing them, do this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then he lets them do. So when we say coaching, it's about us doing and then helping our teams to also do. That is coaching. And then number 3, the third thing you need to do is be an ego. And that's the challenge we have right now. That's the challenge, because that comes with an expectation of you achieving it. That comes with an expectation of you getting it done. Not easy. Not easy. Jim Rohn said, it's very easy to tell people, go do it. It's very easy to tell people, it's so important, go do it, go do it. The challenge is to say, let's go do it. And I want to invite you here to say, let's go do it. Let's go do this. Let's go do this. Let's go make this happen. It is the most important incentive for you to build a big and a long-term business. It is the most important incentive. And ladies and gentlemen, how amazing is it that Ego Manager is coming to Africa? Whenever they play that song, whenever I hear that song now, it's time for Africa. That song, whenever I hear that song, it just reminds me when they were launching Emr26, when they were starting to show, they were kind of giving us clues. Where are we going? And we were there like, where are we going? Where are we going? And then all of a sudden we saw Sun City. And when I saw Sun City, South Africa, I said, yes, because now I know for sure every ego manager will get to attend the ego manager retreat, because attending ego manager retreat is the tip of the iceberg. Attending ego manager retreat is the icing on the cake. Ego comes with so many benefits. When you become an ego manager, Number one, it gives you an opportunity to build your business the right way. It gives you that opportunity. And number two, when you become an ego manager, it gives you respect. When you wear your ego manager pin, I can tell you, other FBOs respect you. You have earned respect from your fellow colleagues. You have earned that respect that, hey, I am building my business. I'm actively building my business right now. Now, that doesn't mean we don't respect people who are not ego managers. No, 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 no. But when you become an ego manager, you gain that extra respect. And that's why you are even invited to attend the ego manager retreat, which you cannot pay for yourself to be there. You simply must qualify for you to be there. So Emr 2026, Sun City, we have to be there. We need to flood Sun City with Africans there. We need to make sure that we've got a massive number of people from Africa on the Emr 26. I mean, we cannot allow to have more egos coming from other continents than Africa. We cannot allow that. We can do it because now it's our time. It's time for Africa now. Africa is growing massively. Africa is on fire right now. And with this energy and with this fire and this momentum, it's for me and you to tap into it and see what is it that we must do to make sure that we are at Sun City. What can we do to make sure that we are at Sun City? And let me share with you some amazing statistics from last year, Emr, from last year, Ego Manager qualifiers, and that will give you an idea of why I say no one should be left behind. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow egos in the house, last year, the ego which just ended, 2000, Emr 25, we moved from 167 qualifiers to 222 qualifiers in Africa. Can we all give ourselves a massive round of applause? And in a special way, I want to thank each and every one of you who contributed to this number 222, each and every one of you. You might have thought maybe you are not that important, but let me tell you, you are among the 200 out of the thousands and hundreds of thousands of FBOs across Africa. You are among the 200 and you've made Africa proud. So massive congrats to each and every ego manager qualifier. That's a 33% increase in the number of ego managers. And if you want to get this even better, that means in Thailand, Phuket, Thailand, and how amazing it is that we don't have strict measures for visas for Thailand. So in Phuket, Thailand, we are going to have 444 people from Africa. 444 people from Africa will be in Thailand. I want you to imagine that. And let me tell you something. Anything which can be done by 200 people in Africa, it can be done by anyone. So if 200 people could be egos, then anyone can be an ego. Anyone can go for this. And I'm thinking in my mind, when I was looking at these numbers and I was saying, what if we challenge ourselves? What if we challenge ourselves to go bigger? What if we challenge ourselves to have 1,000 people in Sun City? That means 500 qualifiers. 500 qualifiers, it means everybody here should qualify, and everybody here should aim to bring at least 1 to 2 new qualifiers with a minimum of 1. Can you take that challenge? And if you did not qualify last year, well, here is your chance. Get us that number. Let us go. Can you imagine if we have 500 ego managers from Africa, 1,000 people, 1,000 FBOs from Africa, they will be in Sun City. I can tell you, I can feel it. We will probably have the largest number as a continent. We'll have the largest number of egos. So why not, my leaders? Let us join this. Let us go for this. Let us go and make sure that we make our continent proud. Let's go and make it happen because it's possible and it is worth it and we can do it. You can get statistics from your countries. How many egos did you have in your countries? And then ask yourself, can you triple that number? Can you double? Can you triple that number? When you think about the number of ego managers in your region, can you double, can you triple that? Definitely we can. I know we've got people here from Namibia. How many more egos are we going to have from Namibia? I know we've got Zambia here. I know we've got Uganda here. We've got Kenya here. We've got Rwanda. We've got Burundi. We've got Tanzania here. How many more egos? We've got South Africa here. We've got Canada here in the house. How many egos, how many more egos are we going to get from your country? And then take it personal now. Take it personal. Are you going to be there? Are you going to make sure that you are among the ego managers? And let's go through the qualification. I know some of you are new, and I don't want to assume everybody's clear. I will quickly go through the qualifications, and then I'm going to stop for a second, and I would like us to have a conversation. And then after that, I'll bring an amazing ego manager, an amazing lady who smashed her ego manager in just 9 months. In just 9 months. And she's going to share with us, where was she last year in May? And how has ego impacted her? How has ego managed to help her, grow her business? So the qualification has begun 20 days ago, 1st of May up to 30th of April. And this is what you need to do. Number one, be active throughout. We don't expect you to miss your 4cc. Number two, be leadership bonus qualified throughout. That means don't go below 12cc open business. Be leadership bonus qualified. Don't go below the 12cc's. Number three, another important criteria, do 720cc's from May to April next year. And out of those 720, at least 100cc should be new cc's. And how amazing it is right now, all these cc's, they are global. You can literally do them in any country of your choice. So there are no limitations. There are no boundaries. You can have these 720 cc's all over the world. You can be able to qualify ego with your global cc's. And we have a bit of a changes now on our supervisors. Instead of 2 supervisors, now you'll need to have 3 line of supervisors. But we all know supervisors become a little bit easier right now. All you need to do is to get someone to do 10cc in 1 month, and boom, they are supervisors. That's all they need to do, 10cc's. If we used to do 2 supervisors who did a 25cc's, that's 50cc's. And now with 3 supervisors of 10cc's, that's 30cc's. That's like creating 1 supervisor if you think about it. And you can imagine how many people in your team right now that believe that they can make it, believe that they can be supervisors because they know it is possible now. And I'm going to share also some of the landmines. Let me call them landmines. Some of the things that might cause you to miss out ego if you're not mindful of them. And of course, I will also invite other people to share the same. Now, if you are a senior manager and above, your criteria has changed a little bit. If you're a senior manager, all you need to do is to have at least 1 ego manager in your downline. It doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter which country, anywhere. As long as you have 1 ego manager in your downline, that's enough to get you to ego manager. For soaring managers and above, you need to have at least 3 lines, at least 3 separate lines of ego managers, 3 separate lines of ego managers. And you can also qualify as an ego manager where you'll be soaring ego manager. And the goal is to continue adding the number of legs so that you can grow from soaring ego manager, sapphire ego manager with 6 legs, diamond sapphire 10, diamond ego manager 15. Now, they with ego manager also, they have a special, which started like an offer, but now it's now moving on every year, that if you are a soaring manager and above, if you don't have 3 lines of egos, you can also qualify with 1 new ego manager. But that new ego manager should not have any other ego manager on their upline. Let me say that slowly. If you're a soaring manager and above, you can qualify with one new ego manager, but that new ego manager should not have any other ego manager on their upline. And that will help you to get to ego manager. Hope you're getting that, my fellow soaring managers and above. And I want to make it very clear that it used to be, in the past, it used to be any new ego manager anywhere in your downline, as long as that ego manager has not been used by another ego manager for their qualification, you can use. But now that ego manager should not have any other ego manager on their upline. So it's like a brand new ego manager that you have personally worked with. That's why there isn't anybody else there. And that takes you there. Now I'm looking at these qualifications and I'm asking myself, what can cause you not to achieve ego manager? I don't know what's your feeling on this qualification. I don't know what's your feeling on the 720 cc's or the 3 supervisors. But then I want to ask you, or rather I want you to ask yourself, we have 222 ego managers in Africa, and I'm super happy with that. And I know also we have thousands of FBOs, thousands of managers. We are over 100 people here in this group. And I know we don't have 100 ego managers yet. Some of you are new, so it's okay. So there must be challenges. There must be something that could stop you. What is that could stop you? Most of the times is you forgot to say these simple letters, yes, I'm going to go for it. It has to start that way. And I can tell you, why did I start by saying you need to allow yourself? Because sometimes we give up just when the incentive started. We've already given up. The moment they announced ego manager, you already gave up in your mind. No, I want you to change that and say, yes, I'm going to be an ego manager this year. Maybe up to this point, you were looking at ego manager and you were too scared about it. Maybe you are too scared to the point that you could not even function, you could not even work towards it. Well, I want to remind you that say yes to ego manager and let's put the plans, let's put the work. If you feel like you are getting stuck, there are lots of people in this organization, in this community that can be there for you to give ideas or anything to help you achieve it. But it has to start with you first saying yes. I was having a chat with someone in the office today, not a manager, just let me say a junior assistant supervisor. And I asked her, what is your goal for these remaining 10 days? And her answer was, I think I'm just going to plant seeds. And then I'm expecting CCs from June. And I was like, what? You're expecting CCs from June? No, we've got 10 days to make it happen. We've got 10 days to make it happen. There's a lot you can do in 10 days. So I want to invite you also, if you did not declare, sometimes we underestimate the importance of you declaring, the importance of you telling the universe that, hey, this is my goal. This is what I'm going for. Ego manager, yes, I'm going for it. So if you're declaring it with me, I want you to put it on the chat there that, yes, I am an ego manager. I am an Emr26 qualifier. Yes, I'm going for ego manager. Declare it. Tell the universe so that your whole mind and energy can now start to focus on this new goal that you have confirmed to yourself. This new goal that you have put a stamp on it and say, you know what? I am going for this. I am an ego manager. And let me tell you something. Don't be too afraid to say it, but also don't be too proud to say it. Sometimes you might feel like, I don't need to say it. I can make it. No, don't be too proud to say it. Say it. Declare it. I am an ego manager. I am going for this. Put it there on your dream board. Put it all over you because you can do it. It is not going to be easy, but you can do it. And yes, we understand there will be challenges. The journey will not be easy. It's an uphill journey. You're not going to be going, sliding down all the way to Sun City. No, it's an uphill. It's an uphill journey. And I want you to think about the journey for ego manager. your journey to ego manager. And I want you for a moment, before I bring in our guest speaker to speak to us, I want you for a moment to think about what could challenge you. What could challenge you? What are your threats? What is it that you are fearing when it comes to you smashing your ego manager? What are you afraid of? What do you feel like, oh my gosh, Enos, I want to do this, but Enos, I want to do this if only. Enos, I want to smash this. But you see, what is that but for you? What is that? What is that, let me say, tempering with your belief that you can actually make it? What is that? Because if you don't recognize it, and sometimes it's something in the mind, and sometimes it's not something in the mind. Sometimes it is, let me put it, how should I put it? Sometimes it is something tangible that could be hindering you or could be a threat for you to achieve your ego manager. What do you feel? What do you think can be your threat? Let me see on your chat, my leaders. All right. Somebody said senior ego manager at your service here. I love that. You got to speak positively and believe that you are actually going to make it. So let's talk about the challenges. What could be challenging you? What could be challenging you? As a manager, what do you think can challenge you to achieve ego? What do you think can get you to be off track? What do you think is threatening you that when we are having a call in December, things won't be as good as you wanted them to be? What do you think is your threat? Maybe you feel like you don't have a strong team right now. So when you think about the 720 cc's, you go back a little bit like, I don't think I can make it. One challenge there has been put, poor planning. Indeed, poor planning. And that can be in a big scale, and it can even be in the smallest scale. Like, how are you planning your day? Not just how are you planning your ego, as in by June, I want to have these many cc's. By October, I want to have these many cc's. Sometimes we lack that bigger picture planning, and sometimes we have the bigger picture planning, but what we lack is the daily planning. Complacency after high performance months, need to prioritize consistent, not relaxing. Absolutely. If you have done amazing, it's very easy to think or believe that it's just going to come. No, it's not just going to come. Thank you so much. You just mentioned one of the biggest reason why we probably could have had 400 egos, but why we ended at 222 is because of what Edmund just wrote there, that believing that I can start low and things will get better in the future. When you are low, number one, you need to, yes, believe that you can start there and believe that things can get better. And then right away, you need to start challenging the future. Don't make the future too far. Say things are going to get better from July, not from September or October. Believing that. Personal life management. I hear you. And you've said for so long, I hear you. Now, if you've got a lot of life distractions, most of the times they are real. They are not like you are partying. No, there are some serious things, serious changes in your life that are causing you not to be able to focus. And I can tell you, whenever you have got a lot happening, your only rescue is effective planning. That's your only rescue, is effective planning. If you don't have effective planning and you've got a lot of things happening, I can assure you, you will be off track and you won't know if you're off track. You'll not be focused on your activities, and you won't even know that I'm not focused on my activities. So what I would advise, create the bigger picture planning, but also create that daily operating method, that DMO, daily methods of operation. Create that one. When you have that created, it will help you focus in the midst of all the distractions. You will still be focused on the most important ones. You'll still be focused. And when you start to think about the challenges that could be affecting people, could cause you or anybody to miss out on ego, all of them, they could be put in either leadership or skills or mindset. And I can tell you, most of them for us in this group here, most of them will be on leadership and mindset, not so much skills. When it comes to skills, most of us here, we've got the skills to make it. We've got the skills to recruit. We've got the ability to do presentations. We've got the skills. But it's the leadership and the mindset there that can be your biggest enemy there. It's the mindset they're telling you, hey, you need to plan better. So don't start until you're better planned. No, sometimes you just need to throw yourself in and run with the flow. And then you continue to replan and adjust as you continue moving on that flow. Leadership, skills, mindset. I can tell you almost everything lies around there. Almost everything lies around there. The challenges that could be causing you to cause you not to qualify for ego manager, when you think about them deeply, you realize that the moment that you recognize them, and I want to thank all those that have put those challenges, the moment that you recognize those challenges, the moment that you've put a spotlight on those challenges, that's it. You start to conquer them. But if you don't recognize them, if you have not put a spotlight to them, then they will be affecting you without you knowing. So you need to put a spotlight on them. You need to put a spotlight on them. You need to identify them. And then when you identify them, you don't need to go crazy about fixing all of them. But the moment you identify them, you're already on top of that. And there you are. You've increased your chances of you achieving ego manager. When I think about ego manager, I mean, we have got testimonies of people that started very, very late on ego manager and they still did it. We've got testimonies of people that we could almost confirm that they're not going to make it, but they made it, and of course the opposite also exists. And then we have got people that I don't know if when they started to work on ego manager, I don't know if at that point when they started to work on ego manager, if it was early or it was late, I'm not so sure. And at this point, I want to bring someone amazing right now. Someone that has managed to smash ego manager. And when I was thinking about this launch, I said, you know what? We need to have someone that each and every one of us here can connect with her. Each and every one of us here can see how they can also be ego manager. And her performance confirms that it is never too late. It is never too late for you to be an ego manager. We can all make it. Her performance confirms that. And our performance also confirms that even if right now you are not so sure whether you can make it or not, it does not matter. It does not matter because you still have a chance to be there. You still have a chance to make it. And the person that I'm going to bring, I'm excited because she is actually a first-time ego manager qualifier. So she's qualifying for this for the very first time. And you know how tough it is sometimes to qualify for something for the first time. So she's qualifying for this for the very first time. And she's building this business part-time. She's part-time in the business. Actually, right now, as we are speaking right now, she's at work. She's at work right now. And when she told me that she will be at work, I was like, I pray to God that you get an opportunity to speak to us because I know what you're going to share will impact someone's ego journey. And when someone becomes an ego, their families also get impacted. So ladies and gentlemen, amazing egos here in the house. Are you ready? Are you ready to hear from our amazing guest speaker? And she is coming all the way from the amazing country of Namibia. Are you ready, guys, to hear from our Eagle manager, Katrina? Can we please give her a massive welcome? And I want to say thank you so much, Katrina. I know you had to sneak out in a way to be able to speak to us, and this sacrifice you're putting will not go in vain. Warm welcome, my leaders, and thank you so much for agreeing to be part of this launch. Thank you so much, and the floor is yours, my leader. Thank you so much.
Wow. Good evening, leaders. Thank you so much, Mr. Enos, for inviting me to just come and share my story or my Eagle Manager story. So, hello, everyone, and I'm excited to share a glimpse of my journey to becoming Eagle Manager. So, my name is Katrina Kalwenya. I'm a traffic officer by profession. I'm a mother, and yeah, I've been employed for over 14 years now. Currently, as we're speaking, I'm at work. So that's why I'm not able to share my video because I'm in uniform and we're not allowed to actually, yeah. So I've been in the business for over 1 year and 9 months now. And yeah, being, my journey in forever living, when I started off, I started like any other FPO. Obviously, I was skeptical and yeah, just a fear of will I make it in the business and all that. But I decided to take a leap of faith and say yes to the amazing business. Next slide. Okay, in July 2023, I made a decision that would completely change the direction of my life. And I had no idea how much I would grow in the business, both personally and professionally. I stayed coachable throughout the business because this is a business where you really need to be coachable. And then also, I took every training seriously. I shared and I learned and obviously led. So, July 2023, I said yes to the amazing business opportunity. And exactly 1 year in the business, I hit a major milestone and I became a manager in the business. Exactly 1 year of being in the business. Next slide, Mr. Enos. So I just wanted to share with you guys that when the Eagle Manager journey started, or when the Eagle Manager qualification started, 2024 May, I had, okay, sorry, I just made a mistake there. It's actually in May 2024 and not April. So when the Eagle Manager qualification started last year, I had that specific month, I did 27.894 CCs with my team. Yes, I know it was a bit little, but I was still a supervisor by then. But I was still focused and determined. And then also, fast forward to April 2025, I had grown to 116.977 cc's in just 1 month. So my team and I did about 116 cc's last month compared to April 2024. And then also that was a major turning point and reflection of my growth. And so I was able to clock Eagle Manager in exactly 9 months, and I'm proud. Obviously, I'm a proud Eagle Manager, and that's a milestone that once felt so far, but became real with persistent and daily action. And I remember Mr. Enos, Dr. Elizabeth, and Veronica called me early April, if I'm not mistaken. They were, just cheering me up and telling me that they were checking the system and I'm definitely going to close Eagle Manager. Although I personally was a bit, I really, I don't know, but I had so much fear. I don't know why, but I felt like, am I really going to do it? And, just getting that call from them really boosted my energy levels and I really put in the work. And one of the biggest lessons I'm taking into my next Eagle Manager journey is the importance of proper planning and tracking. So at one point, I almost missed closing my Eagle Manager because of a small CC gap. Like I said, I really did not know how many CCs were left for me to close. I remember Veronica coming to my WhatsApp and asking me how many CCs do I have left for April to close Eagle Manager. I told her, my leader, to be honest, I'm not sure. I'm just in the air. But I had an estimation that I needed 110 between 110 to 120 cc's to close, but I was really not sure because I failed to keep track of the system, and I have two managers in my team, so it was also a bit difficult for me to see exactly how many cc's I had left for me to close my eco manager qualification. So I just want to tell you guys that it's very important that you need to know um, the exact requirements for you to become an Eagle manager, just like Mr. Enos shared now with us. So it's important that you need to know that exact number. And then also you need to write the numbers down. You should make them visible. Even if you have to post them up in your office, just for you to constantly or for it to be like a daily reminder on how to that this is how far you have come with the eagle qualification, or this is your performance for this specific month. And then it's also very important that you need to break down the 12 months. So from May until April 2026, you need to write down a mapping on just a rough estimation on the cc's, total cc's that you plan to do that specific month. And then obviously don't just do the mapping, but then there's no call to action. You need to ensure that you also put in perhaps weekly meetings that you need to do with a team in order to help you now achieve these CCs. And then also perhaps you need to do three-way calls, you need to do a country tour and so forth. So it's important that you need to do weekly plannings and then also just a reviews. So like perhaps at the end of each week, it's important that you just need to do a review of what you did on that specific month, and whether you are on track with your CCs. And yeah, and then also the good part of tracking is that tracking is just not numbers. It creates awareness and accountability. So sorry for that. So the good part of tracking is it creates awareness and accountability. And then also you can also share your planning with perhaps your mentor in the business. And then it's very so that they are able to help you, track your CCs track your Eagle qualification CCs and all that. And next slide, Mr. Enos. Yes. So if you can see that's my screenshot from my back office. So, like I said, I was very close to missing my Eagle Manager qualification. As you can see there, I circled with the red highlighter. I closed Eagle Manager with exactly 720.870 cc's. So, luckily I made a decision. Obviously, like I said, when I got a call from the East and from Veronica, that also boosted me. And I felt like, you know what, I'm going to put in the work and ensure I'm not going to rely on my manager CCs. I really wanted to push with my non-managers and ensure that I doubled the CCs of the CCs that I did in March were quite little compared to the ones I did in April. So I did double the CCs for March in April. And this was just because I made a decision and decided that, you know what, Eagle Manager is something big and I really want to achieve it. So I worked closely with my team, and yeah, I managed to close Eagle Manager. And then also, as much as Econ manager it's a huge title. It's something that I personally did not believe that I was going to achieve. But then it's also very important to just work closely with your team. And yeah, so this is okay. Sorry, next slide, Mr. Enos. Yes, so that is me. When I was recognized by the team Unstoppables and also the East for qualifying for Eagle Manager Retreat. And then, yeah, I'm excited. I'll be jetting off to Phuket, Thailand in September with my plus one. Next slide, please. Okay, so some of the challenges that I experienced throughout my Eagle Manager qualification is the fact that, like I mentioned, I'm a full-time employee. Currently, as I'm speaking, I'm also at work. So I work long hours. There are times that I would work between 12 to 14 days I mean, 12 to 14 hours in a day. Normal working hours is 8, but then there are times I would find myself working between 12 to 14 hours in a day. So, but yeah, even though I work very long hours, at times I made a decision. I made a decision that my business deserves a place in my calendar, even though I work long hours. I make a decision, and because of that, I had real wins, both personal and financially. And then also just some of the challenges that I experienced is inconsistent tracking. Like I mentioned that I didn't really have a proper tracking on my Eagle Manager qualification. So to the fact that when April started, I didn't really have or didn't really log on the FLP system and be able to see exactly how many CCs I had left. So that was also difficult for me to keep track. And yeah, that is one of the challenges. And then also just time mismanagement. I think in February, when I checked the system, I noticed that I had about 300 or 400 CCs left to become Eagle Manager. But then, no, sorry, I think it's about 200 and something CCs, if not 300. So I was a bit reluctant because I felt, we still have a lot of time. So I'll definitely close Eagle. So also, time mismanagement is also one of the challenges that I had through my Eagle journey. And then also, there was some point where I was like, okay, I have two managers in a team, so perhaps even if I don't pull too much from my side, the two managers are also gonna help me pull the CCs. But yeah, luckily I made a decision and decided that I'm also going to personally increase my non-manager CCs, and that really helped me so much. And then yeah, just some of the wins in the business, rapid personal growth, and then also yeah, the bonus increase. Guys, Forever Living will definitely pay you if you put in the work. So like this month, I really, compared to last month, my bonus increased almost with about 40%, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, and then also just the travel and recognition, the fact that I will be flying or jetting off to Paris, sorry, not to Paris, to Thailand with my plus one. And this is a dream come true, flying all the way to Phuket, and Forever Living is paying for me accommodation. They'll be paying my return tickets, my food, and whatnot. So it's just, I'm really excited, and I can't wait to connect with my fellow Ego managers in Thailand. And yeah, so my motivation, I just want to share with you guys what keeps me going. So the vision of freedom, impact, and growth. So I do this for my future. The reason why I'm going so hard on my forever business is because of my future, the future of my family, for the people that are watching me. And when I started the business, I started picking up with the followers. Even now, when I posted on my social media that I'm now Eagle Manager in the business, and I'll be flying to Phuket with my plus one, I see the increase on the number of my followers also on social media, and the number of people that are reaching out and all that. So if I can do this as a full-time employee who works long hours, then definitely you, my leaders, you can also do it. So keep going. Eagle is not just a title, it's a mindset. So thank you so much thank you so much, Mr. Enos, for this. I hope you guys will take one or two sentences from my journey. And yeah, I hope I've inspired some of the leaders that are planning to become Eco Managers this year. So thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Katrina. I truly appreciate, and sorry for the police force of Namibia. We had to steal you a little bit. And one thing that I've really enjoyed about your talk this evening is you have made each and every one of us to believe that they can also do it. And if there's one key and the most important thing is for helping others to believe that they can also do it. You know, the way you have been so real and you have simplified and you have gone even to the challenges that you have faced and how you started, I don't know, guys, I hope you guys picked it, that in May, she did 27 cc's in May, 27 cc's in May. That's where she started. She finished a manager in July. I hope you picked that. So that means when Ego started, I mean, 2 months down the line, she had not even May, June, July, 3 months down the line, she was not yet on Ego Manager. So our Ego Manager started way in August. What does that mean? Each and every one of us here, we are already managers. So we are already starting better than the way Katrina started. And if she could start late, you know, if she could start in August and still made it, you know, definitely it's possible. Now, I want to go back a little bit on these slides, and I want you to pay attention to something here very important, because it's very important for you to be able to read between the lines and for you to know where should you keep your eyes on, where should you keep your focus on so that you can have such a growth. I want you to look at this number here, the new CCs. The 315 new CCs, it means out of 720, 315 are new. 315 are new. We are only needed to do 100, but she added an extra 115. What does that mean? What does it mean for me and you? It means it doesn't matter where you are right now in your business. Even if right now you are so low, maybe you're not even going to do 27 cc's this month. Maybe that will be you. I'm not praying or hoping for that, but maybe you're that low right now. Well, I want to give you not just a hope or an encouragement. I want to give you a little challenge. I want to give you a challenge that if she could do 315 new, you can imagine her recruiting must have grown, her push and her working with the people that she has brought in must have gone up. And that confirms each and every one of us here, we can all be Ego. So once again, Katrina, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. And I love the fact that, you know, you shared it in a very calm way. You did not intimidate us. You did not show us you are this extra superhero that nobody can be able to match up with you, but you made it believable to each and every one of us. So thank you so much, and I'm super happy. And you know what, I'm just getting my memories back last year in August 2024, in August, when I was in Namibia for the first time when I met you. So that means when we met in August 2024, you were just about to be a manager back then. And here you are an Ego manager. So congratulations and thank you so much. Thank you so much for your achievement, for your sacrifice. Thank you so much for everything that you have done and everything that you have shared with us. I truly appreciate that. So amazing leaders in the house. Let me ask again, who is going for Ego Manager? Who is going for Ego Manager right now? Who is saying, you know what, Ego Manager 2026, it is mine? Who is declaring, who is taking ownership of their Ego Manager and saying, you know what, I'm not going to let go. I'm going to finish. If Katrina could do it part-time, busy schedule, and that means you can also do it. And we were to have Remy as well, but unfortunately he has got a very serious emergency, so he cannot be with us on this meeting. And our prayers are with him so that he can be able to go through the bad emergency that he has, and he comes out strongly out of that. So amazing leaders, are you in? Are you ready for that? You have identified your challenge. You have confirmed that it's possible. And I want to share a few tips for you to remember as I'm closing the meeting. Number one, start with a bang. Start with a bang. You saw those new CCs? They need me and you right now to start with a bang. Don't start too slowly. Start with a bang. Put up massive activities for your recruiting. Don't put a goal of recruiting one person. No. That's not starting with a bang. Put a goal of you recruiting 3 to 5 people. Maybe right now you're on 0 recruitment in this month, but you know what? We still have those 10 days. Can you go crazy and say, you know what? I'm going to look for 3 people that I can recruit in these remaining 10 days. Start with a bang. Don't start too low. Don't relax these first few months. The biggest mistake that most people make is they lose focus for about 3 to 4 months. And those 3 to 4 months become impossible to catch up somewhere down the line. So start with a bang. Number 2, and Katrina said it so many times, track your ego. Whatever it is you want to improve, you have to track it. Put those numbers down. If you're a digital person, put them on Excel. If you're not a digital person, write them down. Write down where you are. When you're writing those numbers, you are telling your mind, whatever it is that you write. By the way, I used to be very reluctant to write notes because someone polluted me. Someone told me, Enos, why are you writing those notes? Are you going to read them? And I said, I rarely read my notes. He said, so then why are you writing? And then someone helped me. We need to write, because when you write, you are instructing your mind that this is important. That's why I'm writing it down. So if you are tracking ego in your mind, you are not instructing your mind that ego is important. Write it down, whether be it on Excel or be it on a sheet of paper. Write it down and write it in a way that you can see whether you're progressing or not. And you know what, my amazing leaders in here, how in the world can you say you're going for ego and you're not on FLP 360? I don't know if the free version gives you ego. I don't know. I'm going to have to check. I'm not on the free version. But I mean, come on, my leaders. FLP 360 came from $20 to $10. I mean, if someone is going to ego, they should at least be willing to invest $10 a month for their business. $10 is definitely not even a challenge for anybody here. That is something you just do. You must have FLP 360, because otherwise, how are you going to track? You need to be calling your upline and asking, how am I on Ego Manager? You'll need to be waiting for your upline to tell you where you are on your new CCs. You'll need to be waiting for your upline to say, hey, these are the list of people that are new that you can work on to help you with your new CCs. No, you got to have Apple 360. FLP 360. Get it? Someone said until you upgrade. Definitely then upgrade. By the way, that free version is for assistant supervisors, leaders. As a manager, I mean, come on. As a manager, you need to be on the paid version. You need to be on the FLP 360 Pro. Get on it. Don't wait to be trained. Don't wait to be trained. Don't wait to be trained about FLP 360 Pro. Go for it. Just get on it. Start to learn about it and go. If you're getting challenges going for FLP 360 Pro, we understand. The whole world right now, lots of changes are happening technically, but don't let yourself be out of FLP 360. Reach out to me. Reach out to me and we can help you to sort your challenge so that you're on FLP 360. Number 4, very important, set your milestones. Set your milestones. And I want to help you. I want to give you some ideas here. And I want to give you these ideas so that you make sure no matter what, you make sure you beat my milestones, the milestones that I'm going to share here. Because the ones that I'm going to share here make it possible for each and every one of us to be egos. Number one, make sure by August you are on track with your total CCs. What do I mean? That means make sure that by August you are already on 60 CC. And I'm talking here to someone that right now maybe you're on 8, you're on 10, you're struggling with 12. It doesn't matter where you are right now, but that's why I said you need to start with a bang, so that you have May, you have June, you have July, you have got 3 months to get yourself all the way to 60 CCs. And you know what? With the 10 CC to supervisor update on the policy right now, with just 3 people in your team, going for supervisor. There you have it, 30 cc's from just 3 people. And the rest of the legs, you're going to make it. So milestone number 1, by August, hit 60 cc's. And I don't want to say that if you're not on 60 cc's by August, you've already lost your ego manager. No, you can still make it, but you are making it so difficult for yourself to achieve. Very difficult. Don't allow yourself, it's October, it's November, and you're still operating on 40. Don't allow that. And I mean it when I say don't allow that, because I know you can change it. You can change it. Second milestone, your new CCs, you need to be on track by October. October. What do I mean by being on track by October? This is May, this is June, this is July, this is August, this is September. So October, when you're finishing October, you need to make sure that you have got 50 cc's in your system. That means you are on track with new, because you need 100 cc's new by the end of April. Now, one of the mistakes that we make is we kind of start too slowly to get done with the new cc's. Be on track. Be on track. The third milestone, finish your supervisors by December. By December, and I know some of you are like, Enos, December, you're taking it too far. I understand, but I'm talking to that manager who is right now on 8, right now on 10, right now on 12. I'm talking to that manager who has not created a supervisor in a very long time. So for you to create a supervisor, even if it's 10 cc right now, you're a little bit skeptic. Well, I want to tell you, go get done with your supervisors by December, so that by January, you're only focusing on your total CCs. Because if by January, you're only focusing on your total CCs, maybe your new CCs are done, that means, let me tell you something here, that means you'll be able to do a lot of personal CCs. But if your new are not done, you might be forced to only do 1 cc personal. And even if you are retailing 20, you might be forced to take those 20 cc's. This is not right, but you will do it, I know. You might be forced to take those 20 cc's to your new person. You might be forced to take them to your new, and those new people are on assistant supervisor level. That's eating up on your cc's, eating up on your profit. But get done with the supervisors early, so that January to April, you are only focusing on the volume. You're only left with the volume. And these milestones that I've shared here, for some of you, they are like this, super easy. We'll take them to the managers you're working with. The managers that you're working with, share with them this milestone. Work with them alongside this milestone, so that they can also be on track, so that they can also finish up their ego. Amazing leaders. Amazing leaders. We want to start with a bang. And Ego Manager started. It has already started. It's already happening right now. 20 days are gone as we are speaking right now. And we are not giving up. We've all declared that we are going for it. And I know we will definitely go for it. And one of the decisions that we have made is to make sure that the first 6 months, these first 6 months, May, June, July, August, September, October, these first 6 months, we want to work very closely with people that are going for Ego Manager. These first 6 months, because what we have realized most of the times, we get close the last 6 months. And then for some of them, it's too late. But this time around, we want to flip the formula a little bit. We want to work first closely the first 6 months, so that we have as many Ego Managers as possible on track. So we will be having Ego Manager Refocus meetings happening every month. And I'm excited. Our next Ego Refocus meeting will be next month, 10th of June. Please put it on the calendar. Put it on your calendar. 8 p.m. East Africa time, 7 p.m. CAT. That's Southern Africa people, 10th of June. That's going to be a Tuesday. I hope I got the date right. 10th of June, that's going to be, yes, correctly, a Tuesday. So it's going to be the second Tuesday of the month. So what we will be doing, the second Tuesday of the month, we'll be doing our Ego Refocus meetings. And what we will also be doing is we will put Tuesday like our Ego Day. So Tuesdays, we'll be reminding each other of Ego. We'll be sending audios, we'll be sending videos We'll even be asking some of the egos, hey, can you share something that managers can use so that they can be able to achieve their ego manager? Because we know these first 6 months, we want to be very close. We want to be very close so that by the time the year is ending, we have each and every one of you smashing their ego manager. Ladies and gentlemen, we started this meeting in the best way possible, not because of anything, but because we surrendered everything to God at the beginning. At the beginning, we prayed for this ego manager from the beginning. So right now, get ready. Get ready to see God at work. Get ready to see doors being opened for you. Get ready to see floods of blessings so that you can also be able to achieve that which you have asked God to help you achieve. It is not going to be easy. Yes, we'll work hard. We'll push. We will have to go an extra mile to make it happen. But one thing I can tell you, it is going to be worth it. Amazing people. Emr26, it has officially been launched. And we are not resting. We are going to push all the way. We are going to rest on that beautiful resort in Sun City. Guys, that resort is next level. Amazing. And I've never slept there because the first time I was in Sun City, I was a non-qualifier. We stayed at this very shady, cold hotel, and we went to that the Sun City Hotel where we're gonna have the ego manager retreat happening. We said, wow, people are having an amazing time here. So amazing people, thank you all so very much. And I wish you all great success and see you at work. It has begun. Thank you so much.